Football in Italy has only ever been one step away from scandal. And for the American viewers, when I mean football, I'm talking soccer. Today is the dramatic rise of the underdog football team, Sampdoria, and their catastrophic and scandalous collapse and what it means. This scandal is still playing out in Genoa and is the subject of heated debate. And again, the accusations that football issues are being agreed away from the pitch. So Sampdoria, a team formed in 1946 from the merging of two older teams, Società Andrea Doria, yes, named after the General Andrea Doria, who played in blue shirts, and Società Ginnastica Sampierdarenese, who played with white, red and black bands on their shirts. The combined teams, known as the blucerchiati, claim to have the most beautiful shirt in the world. Sampdoria, based in Genoa, a two-team town with the much older Genoa CFC, they dispute the Derby della Lanterna, Derby of the Lighthouse. And both teams share the stadium of Stadio Luigi Ferraris. And since 1946, the creation of Sampdoria have the better record. In the early years, Genoa remained in Serie A, as did mostly Sampdoria. In 1979, Sampdoria was acquired by benevolent oil tycoon Paolo Mantovani. As well as an owner, he was also a fan who enjoyed watching his team play great football. In 1986, Yugoslav Vujadin Boškov was appointed as the new head coach. They also attracted my attention as a team as they signed Liam Brady. During an extraordinary run, Sampdoria went on to win the Coppa Italia 1988 and 89. They lost the final of the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup in 88-89 to Barcelona, and they won the Cup Winners' Cup in 89-90. Famously, Sampdoria won the Scudetto, the Serie A title, in 1990-91, an era when the best players in the world played in Serie A in Italy. Led by the precocious pair of Gianluca Vialli and Roberto Mancini, Sampdoria now lost in the final of the European Cup, again to Barcelona. Now, if you're familiar with English football, Sampdoria winning Serie A is on par with Brian Clough's success at Nottingham Forest and Bobby Robson at Ipswich, both smaller teams who came out on top. The death of Paolo Mantovani in 1993 began a period of slow but consistent decline, and by 1999 they were relegated to Serie B. In 2002, Riccardo Garrone, another Italian oil businessman, brought Sampdoria, and they soon returned to Serie A in 2003, but then again slipped back to Serie B in 2011. In 2013, Eduardo Garrone took over the presidency of Sampdoria after his father, Riccardo, died. But he was keen to sell the club, get rid of its debts. The sale of Sampdoria to Massimo Ferrero, an outspoken fan of AS Roma, a rival team, was hugely unpopular with Sampdoria fans. Nonetheless, results began to improve, and local fan, comic Maurizio Crozza would rejoice at the brief return of form. Ferrero's investment into the club was only a small loan. Instead, he saddled the club with more debt. Former great player Gianluca Vialli tried to lead a buyout consortium, but this fell through. Great coach Claudio Ranieri resigned after the 2021 season. He'd already won the Premier League with Leicester, which was an incredible success, but he said the working conditions at Sampdoria were impossible. After Massimo Ferrero's arrest in 2021 for fraud, he was no longer the president of the club he owned. Perhaps this was already too late, as the damage had already been done to both Sampdoria's finances and its reputation. In 2023, the bankrupt club fell into the hands of Andrea Radrizzani. He had overseen the relegation of Leeds United in 2023, and Matteo Manfredi, a London-based banker. Andrea Mancini, son of club legend Roberto Mancini, was sporting director. Would this be enough? 2 seasons of considerable financial investment led to the remarkable end of the 2024-25 season. The Sampdoria men's team were relegated to Serie C for the first time. Enter Brescia Calcio. At the end of the 2024-25 season, Brescia had avoided relegation by 1 point, as Sampdoria were relegated. However, crucially, Brescia controversially were slapped with a 4-point penalty for financial irregularities, and this happened crucially after the final games of the season had been played. Miraculously, Sampdoria had survived to contest the playoffs in June, a slim chance to stay in Serie B. Now, Brescia had been punished because President Massimo Ferrero had failed to settle approximately €3 million of debts in wages and had become bankrupt. Understandably, Brescia called foul and said this was a stitch-up. Serie C is unknown territory, as the tiny clubs they would face would make the survival of either Brescia or Sampdoria unviable and at the very least perilous. Manfredi stated Sampdoria had barely survived bankruptcy in this last season. So what were the reasons for the decline? Unsustainable debt that had been loaded onto the club by Ferrero before he was charged with fraud. No stable management. Not only did ownership change regularly, but there were poor choices. And in the 2024-25 season, Sampdoria had 4 different coaches. Bad sporting management had also provoked the fans, who protested against some of the management choices. The management had been unwise in some of their off-pitch investments. And of course, the reliable ability of Italians to convert a drama into a scandal. Join me in a few weeks' time after the playoffs and we'll see what happens. Click here to get even closer to Italy and Sicily.